What if I told you that the secret to learning almost anything at lightning speed is locked away in a file, deep inside the CIA's training archives? It sounds like the start of a spy thriller, doesn't it? We imagine agents learning complex languages in weeks or memorizing intricate blueprints in minutes. But the truth is, the methods they use aren't about superhuman intelligence. They're about a smarter, more efficient way of using the brain you already have. And today, we're declassifying those techniques for you. Forget cramming for hours, your eyes glazing over a textbook. That's not learning, that's just staring with a headache. Spy-level learning isn't about Moore's time, it's about better focus and a strategic process. It all boils down to three core principles used in intelligence training: the art of deep immersion, the cycle of encoding, and strategic recall. Let's break them down with a simple example. Imagine you need to learn the basics of a new software for your job, or perhaps the rules of a new game your friends are obsessed with. First, the art of deep immersion. This is where most of us fail. We try to learn while our phone is buzzing, the TV is on, and we're half thinking about what to make for dinner. Your brain treats this as a low-priority activity. A spy preparing for a mission in Berlin can't afford that. They need to be all in. The scientific term for this is directed attention. Your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, needs to fully engage with the material, filtering out everything else. So, how do you achieve this? Start with a ritual. Before you even open the book or the tutorial, declare your intention. Say out loud, "For the next 25 minutes, I will learn this software." Then, eliminate all distractions. Put your phone in another room. Close all irrelevant browser tabs. This creates a secret agent briefing level of focus. It's just you and the mission. This intense 25-minute session is far more valuable than 2 hours of distracted multitasking. Now, on to the second principle, the cycle of encoding. Your brain doesn't learn by just passively reading or listening. It learns by actively creating connections. Think of your memory like a vast forest. When you just read something, you're making a faint, barely visible trail. When you actively work with the information, you're cutting down trees and paving a road. Spies do this by processing information in multiple ways. Let's go back to our software example. You've just watched a 25-minute tutorial on its core features using your deep immersion. Now, you don't just move on. You open the software and you use it. You click the buttons, you make a mistake, you figure out why. This is called active learning. Neuroscientific studies using fMRI scans show that when you practice a skill, your brain's motor cortex and sensory regions light up, creating a richer, more robust neural pathway than if you had just read about it. But there's more. The most powerful encoding tool is to teach it. Immediately after your practice session, take a blank piece of paper and write down, as if you're explaining to a complete novice, how the software works. First, you click here to create a new project. Then, you use this toolbar to. The struggle to articulate the process in your own words forces your brain to solidify the connections. This is known as the Protege Effect, and it's a cornerstone of accelerated learning. You've just transformed from a passive recipient into an active analyst, building a much stronger memory trace. Finally, the third and most crucial principle, strategic recall. This is the CIA's secret weapon against forgetting. Our brains are designed to forget what seems non-essential. It's a survival mechanism to save space. To convince your brain that this new information is vital, you must retrieve it at the point of almost forgetting. This is where a concept called spaced repetition comes in. Instead of reviewing your notes once a week, you review them at strategically expanding intervals. So, after your initial learning session, you might test yourself in 2 hours, then later that evening, then the next morning, then 2 days later, then a week later. Each time you successfully recall the information at the edge of forgetting, you send a powerful signal to your brain: this is important. Strengthen this pathway. It's like building a muscle. The struggle of recall is what makes the memory strong. Research, like the famous spacing effect studies by Hermann Ebbinghaus, proves that spaced repetition can dramatically increase long-term retention, sometimes by over 200%. So, let's recap your spy training mission. You have a target to learn that new software. 1. Deep immersion. Isolate yourself for a 25-minute distraction-free focus briefing. 2. Encoding. Don't just watch, do, then teach it to an imaginary person on a piece of paper. 3. Strategic recall. Don't file your notes away. Quiz yourself on the key points in a few hours, then tomorrow, and again in a few days. This isn't magic, it's a methodology. It's the difference between wandering aimlessly in the woods of information and having a precise map and a clear mission. The CIA uses these techniques not because they have better brains, but because they have a better system. A system that works with the natural wiring of the human mind, not against it. So, the next time you face a mountain of information you need to conquer, don't just charge in. Be strategic. Be focused. Be like a spy. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, begins now. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe.